Well, I've got the communicating scene done, and I got Maverick's plane where he was training. What kind of Top Gun model could I still do? I've got it. Another F-18, but Dagger 1. There are plenty of YouTube channels with excellent modelers with excellent production skills. This is not one of them. Welcome to Cable's Creations, a video channel on modeling for the rest of us. Well, hello, paint sniffers, glue huffers, and assorted people of plastic. So we're continuing on with Maverick's Dagger 1. So got the paint on, and also got a clear coat on it. So now it's time to do decals, panel wash, and hopefully get into final assembly. All right, got the decals from the Def Model set all done, and had a little issue with one decal. There it is on the left side. There it is on the right side where it kind of tore. So I'm just gonna paint over that area. And so getting things done. Next up, I'll be adding a few decals from the Meng set. Much like those were. Hopefully those don't really tear much. And I'm sure there'll be no step hell. So I got a start on the decals. I got the 01 that came from the Dagger 1 kit, plus the Captain Pete Mitchell Maverick on each side. That's what came out of the Def Model kit, and so now I'm using some of the kit decals to get things like the slime lights, and of course stepping into no step hell. All right, I got all the decals on, a lot of them. Just right around there. All of the little no steps. Got a whole bunch of decals on the bottom. And of course the ones right around the cockpit. And so now it's time for panel lining. Okay, so just to show extent of progress and also as kind of a demonstration. So the port wing, I have started doing the panel liner, and on starboard side all I've put in is those right there, and so you can kind of see the difference it makes. If you've ever wondered, do we really need to do that? Well, just from getting really far away, that just makes it come alive a little bit. So now just to continue with tedious work of panel lining. All right, got the top side done with the panel lining, and there's some areas where it just kind of left a residue, and I'm kind of liking that effect. So now to do the underside and the sides itself and get that done so that I can get a flat coat on and do some oil work and then get into assembly. So I watched the takeoff Dagger 1 and just the preparation for it again last night, and what do you know, they had the 01s on the tail. Not the tail, but the flaps. So I'm going to add those, and while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and get the kill marks on there. After that, well, since I've done videos, I've gotten all the panel lining in, and I have also done a little bit of extra oil work, kind of signifying where some of the things would be leaking around some of the hinges there. So, it's got a slightly weathered look, but not just dirty. So I'll get those decals on and probably start some final assembly. So I got some progress done. Got those numbers put on the flaps. Also added the kill markings. Got that one antenna there. And even those pitot tubes and a couple more antennas. There's one kind of right there, right by the gear doors. And got the rear landing gear in place. So just a couple more doors, then the weapons pylons and then the sidewinders on the rails, and this will be done. And there she is, all done. You've got the canopy unmasked. There's Maverick with his salute. So I might get a few pictures, put on the little Lazy Susan. Do that, but I at least have the plane ready by the July 30th deadline. And the question is, can I get that flight deck and the crew ready by the deadline? If not, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but I'm glad I did get this part in by the deadline. All right, here she is, all finished. A slow 360 here. Before we do that, make sure you get a good view of Maverick giving his salute. And I'll zoom in on ordnance and the somewhat of the landing gear. And coming in on the sidewinder and landing somewhat of the landing gear and gear bay doors way down underneath there. It's probably easier to see from down below. And looking at the movie, those tails didn't seem to have any numbers on them. I screenshot and zoom in and couldn't find any kind of tail markings on them. Now look at that one again. That's all right. This some of the pictures I took in this setting may be what I use as my entry into the Navy jet group build, but we'll see if I get the carrier deck section done in time. Okay, I've gotten all the various pieces of the deck painted and getting ready to do some decal work. And part of the reason I've got everything all in pieces is I'm not sure that I can get this entire piece of deck onto my bench, and I'm starting to have fears for fitting it on my table with the rest of my models. I hadn't really factored that in terms of, okay, where am I going to put this? I may have to find a different place to keep it and just bring it out for photo sessions now and then. Well, here it is all put together. Now I'll just do a little bit of oil work. Definitely need to do some oil work on here. Might do a little bit of wash type work on the deck itself. And then on to the figures. Well, back behind the brushes and the paints here, we've got the carrier deck in multiple pieces, all decaled and painted up, and they're finished. So what I'm putting the main energy in right now is those figures. I'll get those done, get some pictures of everything set up. I can get more work done on a couple other projects, because particularly with that carrier deck taking up space, I don't really have much space to do anything else. All right, getting some work done on these figures. Still got more coats of paint to go on them, but that's what I've been up to on these. So I'm kind of rushing to make the deadline. All right, got the real painting on the deck crew done. So now just give them a quick little pin wash over their vests, and we are done. All right, so here it is, all finished. Got these, as in this one, and it's all done. And as luck would have it, I have just finished up in time for the everything up just in time for the live stream tonight. So get some stills. So I get some stills from all kinds of angles and get those sent in, and so this project's coming to an end. right, so that's the end of that project. Uh, got a fairly easy, it's like really easy, somewhat of a aircraft project up next. Be kind of rest myself as far as aircraft projects, and the one after that I'm hoping is going to be pretty easy, but it's going to be big. So, till next time, showing you mine to hopefully make you feel better about yours.